Welcome to the second part in the tutorial series on the action game system for Unity 3D. In this tutorial we will be looking at another core component of the AGS, and that is the action list. The action list is a list that has three action delegates that we can subscribe to, and that is the item added event, the item removed event, and the list cleared event. For the added and removed events, those are defined by an action delegate with the item as a parameter. So when you subscribe to it, you get the item that was added or removed. So we start by creating two more scripts in a similar manner, a model and a view. So action list, not lost, action list example model, and action list example view. And again we open this up in Visual Studio Code, and we will be using the same namespaces for the data model and for the view also. So using system, using system timers, and using AGS.core classes.action properties. And here we declare an action list instead of action property. Public action list, and this is also of generic type, and we define it as an int list. My subscribable int list. Get private set. And we also need a static timer, private static timer, like that. And now we create the constructor, public action list example model, and we create new instances of the action list and the timer. New action list of type int and timer equals to new timer, and we will use the interval again of 1000 milliseconds. We set the timer auto reset to true, and now we define the elapsed event. We write down the parameters, which we don't need, but we need to write them down anyway. And here we will add some int to the list. And what should we do? My subscriber int list.add. What should we do here? Let's do something like datetime now. Datetime now. Yeah, let's do the seconds part of the datetime now. So this means that every time the interval elapses, we will add the seconds part of what the time is right now. And let's do also so we can start and stop the timer, and I will copy that because it's the exact same code. Like that, and now we're ready for the action list example view. awake. Let's. I'll start by copying this because it won't be exactly the same as in now, but I will copy them anyway. Because here we don't have an example, my instance example model. Oh, we can call it the same. Okay, public action list example model, and we call it the same as in tutorial 1, like that. And my instance example model equals to new action list example model. And once we have that, we can subscribe to the action delegate. So my instance example model, my subscribable int list dot list item added. And this has one parameter, and that is the list item. We do an anonymous method again, and here we do debug.log list item dot yeah, the list item is an int, so I think we're done. Great. Let's try it in Unity. Create empty, my action list example action list example view, and we disable that one also. Okay, we have an error. We forgot to write new action list, and I hope that's all. Yeah, and we clear the console. We hit play, and hopefully this will work. This will work now. 7, 8. So this is the second part of the daytime now. So this int will go from 0 to 59 and then start over again. And of course we can stop it. We can clear the log, and we can start the property. We can start both. If I can hit the checkbox. Oh yeah. So that's it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial we will be using Ethan for the first time, and we will create a new system. Yeah, see you in the next tutorial.